I've got my pencil and my paper, so let's brainstorm some artistic ideas. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emma and I make art videos. And for today's video, I'm going to be brainstorming some ideas for some shirt designs that I would like to make. I've had these ideas for a couple of weeks now and I thought I would share with you all the brainstorming part of this process. So let's get the other camera and get started. I have an idea for what I want to work on today, but if you're trying to brainstorm and you just have no idea what you want to make, a really great way to kind of start brainstorming is just by writing down words and things that interest you or that you just think of. So for my drawings today, they are featuring a lot of animals. So for an example, you could write down the animals that interest you. And you just need to write them down on your piece of paper, or you could, type them in your phone. But if you've got them on your paper, they're there and you're, more likely to kind of think of it, I guess, if you're also drawing at the same time. So these two words are very relevant to what I'm drawing right now. I have an idea of two animals. So you've got a dog and a cow, kind of both facing away from each other. And at this point, I'm not looking at any reference images. So this is basically just from my mind of what I think animals look like. So this is probably completely off, but I'm just working with like the general shape. You've got the animal's head there, and a dog and a cow, I guess, would have a similar structured head in a way. But my idea for this piece is to have two animals facing away from each other in kind of like a heart shape. So you can see here I'm kind of going for a heart shape, and I'm actually going to draw the heart on as well. So I had this idea for a shirt design a few weeks ago, and I just haven't got around to actually playing around with the idea, and I thought it would kind of work well for today's video, just showing the brainstorming kind of part of art, because I don't know if many people really show that, and it's really raw in a way, because this is pretty much like one of the ugly stages. Like this does not look very good right now, but I'm just playing around with different ideas, and that's kind of the general idea that I had. I'm going to get some reference images so I can draw something a bit better than these strange looking blobs. So let me go do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I found some reference images to work from, and I realized these at the moment look more like horse heads than anything else, but I can definitely work with them. So one half is going to be a cow and the other half is going to be a dog. So I'm going to start with the cow side, and I'm going to be making the cow look somewhat young. So it's not going to be like a really old cow, but I want it to look, kind of young. And I think I'm actually just going to erase the heart that I've drawn at the moment, because I don't want to be limited by that just yet. And I can always add this back in later. This way I can just focus on drawing the animals. So this isn't supposed to look like super amazing or anything. Again, this is just like the brainstorming stage. You could do something even more rough than this. So for example, if I wanted to do something super rough for this, I would do, okay, we've got an animal head there, and then, you've got the same thing on this side. It's kind of split down the middle, and that's it. Maybe you've got like a dog on that side, and then you've got the cow on that side, and that's really rough. And for this I'm thinking I might add some text, so I'm just going to write text. To kind of add to that the heart shape. So that is a very rough idea. This one here, I'm going to try and make it a little bit more detailed, but if you are just doing really quick brainstorming ideas, this is totally fine to work with, especially when you're trying to work out, you know, composition and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for with this, but I'm going to go in with just a bit more detail with this. I want these to actually look like the animals that I'm trying to draw. So this is what I've got so far. I'm pretty happy with how the cow looks. I'm not as big a fan of the dog, but again, this is just getting the general idea. I can always change, you know, what the dog looks like, but I'm happy with the kind of overall look. And I'm just going to see if the heart shape works well. As you can see, I do have the dog's head a bit lower than the cow's. That wasn't done on purpose. I want them to kind of stay within the same kind of area. I don't want the dog to kind of poke out too much, because the dog's snout is generally going to be a bit longer than the cow's. So trying to make it work. I'm pretty happy with how it is so far, but I'm just going to see how the heart shape fits in with this, because I would like to keep the heart in the design. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to have it like on a shirt. I'm just playing around with it. I do like the look of shirts that are basically just like black and white, so kind of more like line work. That's the kind of look that I'm going for. I'm not going for like a, you know, a realistic design on a shirt. I'm going for that kind of line work look. If you've seen my shirt designs that I made a few years ago, they're the same kind of thing. It's like, it's line work, and that's what I'm going for with these as well. And I think this will be easier to kind of fix up on the computer as well. So like I can get a perfect heart shape when I'm working on the computer. But this is just a general idea, and you know what I will probably do is I'll probably scan this and then work on it on the computer, but I'm just getting a rough idea of how things are going to look. And let's test putting the text on it. And yes, I'm just writing text because I'm not exactly sure what I want on there. But I do want the text to kind of like fill out the rest of the heart shape. As you can see what I'm doing here, I'm filling in that area. So I might not even have the actual outline of a heart on this shirt. It might just be the text and the design just in the shape of a heart, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do like the look of that. I think as well what I could do is have text all around here as well to really fill in that shape. I'm actually really happy with that. Obviously, like, I will want to fix up a lot of stuff, but I think going from this to this is pretty good. And when you are, you know, just playing around with ideas, it's probably not going to look that great. But you probably will have to do a lot of these to figure out what you kind of like. So I'm going to start working on some other ideas. This is just one idea that I had, and I'm going to do some more brainstorming, and I'm probably going to do some more messy drawings like this one. So hopefully seeing my ugly, messy drawings makes you feel a bit better about your ugly, messy drawings as well. So that is basically how I brainstorm. A lot of the time I will do more messy sketches like this one or this one, and then I go ahead and do more refined ones like these two here. And like I said earlier, if you just have no idea of what you want to do, I recommend writing down just things that interest you or just things that you think of in different words, and from those words something might, you know, just inspire you to create something else. You don't know, like our brains work in weird ways, and we might see one word and think of something else, and then that's our idea, and then you can kind of go in with more messy kind of sketches, and don't worry if they look really bad, that's totally normal. And then you can refine that drawing even more, like I've done here, by using some reference images, and I'm probably going to refine this drawing even more than what I've done here. I might draw it again in pencil, or I might just scan it and draw it on the computer. I'm not sure yet, but you know, there is a process. You go from, you know, the ideas, the words, and then you've got a really messy sketch, a more refined sketch, and then, you know, so on. You refine it so much until it's done basically. And I know for these I'm working on some shirt designs, but this approach can be used for anything artistic. So if you're working on a painting, the same thing applies. I'm sure it would even work for something like sculpture and photography possibly, to kind of just sketch out your idea. It doesn't need to be amazing and perfect. It's just good to get those ideas down on paper so you have some kind of visual idea of what you want your final piece to look like. So yeah, hopefully this video was somewhat helpful and you liked seeing my brainstorming process. Let me know what you think of these designs. Do you like them? Would you wear them on a shirt? I'm really liking this idea so far, so I'm definitely going to try and refine this and try to make it look a bit better. But yeah, anyway, that is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next time.